and which I definitely introduce and make.
Should I call you a politician? Because for me, I would not like to call you a politician because after that election,
Yes.
you decide to stay away from Gambian politics.
No, I didn't stay away from
at the
politics.
beginning, I
Yes.
told you this is the attitude of many politicians here in Gambia.
Yes.
Whenever they are defeated in an election, people will no longer see them. In fact, that's the time that you should push more. Because now that you contested and then you are defeated, if I were you, I would have pushed more so that the upcoming election, then they can vote for me. What do you think?
Yes, I think we need to redefine what is politics. We really need to ask ourselves, give a new insight or definition of what politics is all about. We must not only say politics has to be in effect when we are in political season or tournaments, times like this when we are getting to presidential elections or local governance election where people will only show up when it is time.
People like you.
I did not do that.
No,
I
you did that.
insist
You
that I
did that,
didn't
of
do
course.
that.
Because after the
Yes,
election,
no.
you no longer so you don't you. In fact, you're not
Yes,
so interested in
no.
Gambian politics.
I think you are misquoting
No, I'm
me.
not
You
misquoting you. I'm
misunderstood
not
my dynamics of politics, Mr. T. I was actively involved in my community activities, in my community development, which I did. I was representing my community. I did not represent the Gambia. I was so interested to represent my community.
So you are representing your community. It doesn't mean that you are representing the Gambia,
Yeah.
and your community is inside the Gambia.
No,
So
I
you say that-
rep the Gambia in this essence, but before the Gambia, I did not stand out to become a parliament member.
But
I did not stand out to become. No, we need to understand.
No, what I'm
things.
saying is,
Yes.
you are just from saying that you don't
Yeah.
represent the Gambia.
Yes.
You represent your community.
Yes.
Is your community not inside the Gambia?
All right. I think perhaps you are missing out the.
No, I'm not missing out. What I'm
Yeah.
trying to make
Yeah.
audience to understand.
Yes.
You representing your community, which is New Jeshewang Igbo town.
Yes.
It means you are representing the Gambia at large.
Now, if you give me a little bit latitude, I want to help.
No,
you
I just want you to clear
understand.
that portion.
Yes, that is what I want you to
No,
clear.
you just have to clear that portion before.
Quite interesting. I want to clear that, but if you give me a little bit space to brief, I will make you understand what I meant by that.
Okay.
When I say you basically asked a question before that why I withdrew from politics. I didn't.
Okay.
I did not withdraw from politics. I was telling you at the time I was interested to serve my community, and then not the Gambia as a whole.
Okay.
You understand? Not the Gambia as a whole.
What the most
but at the
interesting
same
part
time,
here?
no, you must
I'm
understand. Allow me to
confused.
learn.
I'm confused.
No, if you don't understand why I'm going to end this explanation, you will not get it, right?
Okay.
Just give me space. When I say I do not represent Gambia as a whole, I was interested to represent my community. When I went into IEC and I was given my acceptance as nomination, I was never recognized as member of parliament. I was never recognized as mayor of KM or mayor of BAC or mayor of BCC. You understand? I was actually given an acceptance, and it was clearly indicated that I am representing my constituency, which is New Jeshewang constituency. So when I say that politics is at level, you understand? People move from one state to another. It is a pyramid from the lowest to the highest. You understand? But when I say I do not represent the Gambia as a whole, I had the interest to represent the Gambia. Everybody knows that when I am speaking in terms of Gambian terms. I'm speaking in terms of a citizen of the Gambia, a so proud Gambia, you understand? So anywhere I go, in fact, I rep the Gambia in my mind, in my heart. That's what I do. But when you ask the question why I withdrew, I said I did not, because maybe perhaps you're expecting to see Mr. Gibba on a big international platforms or big national platforms where I'll be in the discourse of politics. And you need to understand that I am not only a seasonal teacher, but I am a full-time teacher who also leads an institution where my work also is balanced in terms of serving the people. So that is why I say we need to redefine the art of politics. What is politics? Is it only going to the community, promising the people a bag of rice? Is it only going to the community? Promising people
Now you allow
road and health.
You allow me to ask a question.
Yes.
Were you badly disappointed after the election results were announced?
I was not disappointed fully. I wouldn't say that it's disappointment, Mr. T. I have found during a moment to become a moment that I have definitely transformed
So
myself.
you were not disappointed at
I was
all?
not disappointed because, like, I am trying to define. I want us to have a profound understanding of what politics is. Politics is not only to declare yourself as a candidate and winning elections. Yes, that is at the end of the day is the ultimate goal. But we must go beyond what the common definition of politics is. We must go beyond this aspect of, look, let me showcase and I want people to win me. If they don't win me, I withdrew. That is not politics. Politics is about service, and service comes in different terms. You understand? And this is what I do at my level. This is what I do in my community. This is what I do at the school level. This is what I do in the Gambia, at any level that I am. So I am trying to let you know that I do not withdraw from politics totally. I am serving my people.
That is clear. Gone are those days during the political campaign in the 2021. You were seen everywhere in the media, going, talking to people, selling your agendas, and then immediately after elections, you go silent. That's why I said you are no longer active in Gambian politics.
Yes.
This is the attitude of the Gambian politicians. Whenever they lose election, people never see them again.
No, that might be some politicians' attitude, but it's not my attitude, Mr. T. The records are there. The records are very, clear and very evident in different spaces where my engagement are in there in the media. You could see me in radio advocating. You could see me on TV, other platforms. I was still going down to advocate to my people that this is what we need as a community. This is what we need as a country. So I will still continue to inject and sensitize the minds of my community people and the Gambia as a whole. So I did not withdraw. I don't know what you understand or what you meant that I withdraw from politics completely. I have tried to explain that politics is not only during a moment when we are totally so much into politics and active to tell the community that it is time for politics, vote for me and I'll bring road infrastructure.
Even after the election,
yes.
Right now I'm not seeing you doing any activities connected to politics.
Yes, because maybe you refuse to acknowledge the fact that I am doing my best in many quarters and I'm continuing doing that. And
then the people of Jeshewang will tell us.
They will tell us, of course.
Now we move fast forward and then we have seen that the Gambia, we are about to go in for another election season, which is the 2026 elections. Here we are in December, and then next December we are expecting to go to the ballot box again to choose our new leaders. So I ask you, will you be willing to contest again in Gambian politics?
Mr. Prof. T, I love the question whether I would be able to contest again in Gambian politics. Even if it requires to sacrifice my last breath, I want to serve my country. Not only in politics, in any opportunity I am given to diligently, faithfully, and uphold the values, ethics, and morals of this country, I would do that to sacrifice my last breath. The Gambia is what I have, or is what we have. I was born in this Gambia and grew up in this Gambia. And then hopefully, even if I die abroad, I will tell them to bury me in the Gambia. So if I have the last breath to serve my country, I would. But then looking at the political sphere right now in the Gambia, it's quite very critical. Gambia have been crying out loud for lack of better representation. And then we've lacked so much leaders that have not definitely served, like I told you in the beginning, that they have not served the country to the best of our ability for us to get to the apogee to be amongst our competitors. So looking at the Gambia, we definitely need a change. We will tell later, maybe it's too early to predict or analyze what will happen by December 5th, inshallah 2026. But I believe it is about time that Gambians start to scout out better representation, people that will definitely represent the Gambia and the leadership of servant leadership. You understand? We need a servant leadership because, like I said, everybody cry out. Today the biggest crisis that we claim to have is bad leadership. People say these things from the First Republic, to the Second Republic, and then now the third, the president that we have. Every day since then and now, people cry out because of lack of better representative at the State House.
Well, you speak in a Pan-African tongue, for example, like you just mentioned your mentor, Patrice Lumumba, who always advocate for good leadership. I believe you have seen in the political landscape of the Gambia, we have many young Gambian people that are rising to contest or to take part in Gambian politics. In the life of Bakari Baji, I know you are following him, for example, when he was standing in National Assembly, telling the people that we need good leadership, you are corrupt, you are doing this, you are doing that. Are you thinking of joining this political party? Because you and Bakari Baji, you speak in the same language.
Yes, like I told you, you see, it's quite very important for us to recognize that there's bad leadership. It is evident everywhere. When I say bad leadership, the leadership that does not totally giving us what we want. Maybe, in fact, we cannot actually rate it or give it a percentage. But then, speaking in these tongues of Pan-Africanism, I think this is a common thing. Many young Gambians continue to speak in this direction of Pan-Africanism. And I've seen so many young leaders rising up, trying to showcase themselves so that they can be given the opportunity to serve the country at the level of president. I've seen Bakari, I've seen the likes of something Bah, is it the guy in Nyomi? I've seen so many young people rising up. Even myself, if there could have been a perfect opportunity right now.
Would you not mention Dr. Cisse? You will not mention him?
Yes, I would mention Dr. Cisse, but why do I say these people? I mention these people because Dr. Cisse has already aligned himself to the current president. Dr. Cisse used to be he used to be my lecturer. Dr. Cisse used to be one who was very promising, the likes of Dr. Cisse, the likes of Savali, the likes of so many young Gambian politicians. They used to be very promising. But then to me, I found it very difficult.
Are they not promising?
No.
They said they used to be very promising. Are they no longer promising?
They are promising because they are young people. But politics is about mindset. And people go along with you based on your mindset, what you have, what you believe, what they also believe that you can definitely help them to achieve. Talking about those people, these are people that we used to be in the same rooms and they used to tell us that this is a bad egg. You understand? You will tell me that this bag is not eatable. At the end of the day, you hide behind the chairs or behind the table and be eating that egg. I don't think that is a quite good example. So at the end of the day, this is what we have seen. The likes of Cisse have been the ones that used to castigate the current president before. They would tell president everything. In fact, I think he and the famous words or terms of President Adama Barrow, where were you? These were questions that irritates President Adama Barrow, why he prompted to ask this question to Dr. Ismail Cisse, because Dr. Ismail Cisse used to be one who used to hold the president and his entire government to accountable, asking them questions, challenging them. So at the end of the day, we've seen Dr. cross carpet and leave his own party from Citizen Alliance to NPP and become now, in fact, one of the most strong arm of the NPP, defending NPP anyhow. And then in the past years, you were one that used to tell us that this government cannot give us the type of development that we want, that they are not credible. So this is why I said he used to be very promising, but it still is about mindset. If Dr. Cisse would change his mindset and believe that, look, it is about a new time for us to take a new paradigm shift. We move from this space to another space. Many young people still admire him. Many young people still go along with him. But I am saying that the young people currently, I think we should encourage them more that they should come into politics. And the stage is too early to say that I'm going to be the best dancer right now, because it is just the beginning of end of January. End of 2025, getting to 2026, and we have a new crop of leadership emerging every time. And along the line, if I felt the need that such political party or such individuals goes aligned with what we want as a country, and I'm convinced with their policy and their agendas, I will, inshallah, possibly consider to join one of them, and then, to serve and help them to achieve the common goal that we all want as a country, to develop this nation.